welcome back, YouTube. We're bear hunting. Well, in this case, I suppose we're bear stalking. We've successfully put an arrow into the bear. We're now trying to hopefully find him in a state where he's finished bleeding out. Because Angry Bear is a bad bear to deal with. And there he is. Okay, so he did not go far. At least I think that's him. I'll get a better idea when we get closer. Oh, no. Wait, yes. Yes, that is him. Okay. My eyes in the dark are not necessarily the best. So that is him. That is our arrow. Time to get a harvesting. So obviously the most important thing to get off of him is his hide. The guts, because all the guts are interchangeable. I tend to not particularly value guts off of bears very much.
Turned out pretty well.
Though this early on, that many hides would still be very useful. And obviously, as we begin harvesting, we'll probably start off by making a bunch of water. As waste not, want not. Okay. We'll start with meat. Get an hour worth of meat off of him.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
And with that, it should be defrosted enough that I can take his hide off. Now let's make a batch of porridge.
All I could think about is food.
To keep our character fed, I will take the risk of eating one piece of bear meat, but the rest of it we're going to save mostly until we get cooking 5. Okay, the wind has decided it does not want to play ball. See if I can successfully move it into the wind shadow of the bear.
Too much stuff to carry.
Because if I can, then we can keep harvesting it. Harvesting the bear, otherwise we'll have to withdraw prematurely. Though we did get the prize item off. We've already got the hide off, and now we're in the state of we just want to maximize
That did it.
the cooking value. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to get all the meat off the bear as quickly as possible. Again, I tend to value the guts less than the meat on bears.
All this gear is slowing me down.
Because
Looks like I made it
the
through another night.
guts I can get off other animals fairly easily.
I just need to close my eyes.
Okay, 2 more cooked. Another 9 off. Well, another 7 off the carcass. And now we should be able to get the rest of the meat off the carcass. Okay, we got 30 minutes. Enough to get 2 guts off without any worry, and I think it's probably enough to get a third one off as well. Actually, probably cutting it a bit close to that third one. Anything else useful to do during that time gap? Not necessarily. You can drink a little bit of water. Keep your character nice and hydrated. And probably disassemble the really worn out torch. And now those are cooked. Okay, so another 2 cooked. More fuel in the fire to keep harvesting. We get another 4 guts off the bear.
My energy is just disappearing.
Oh, that's enough time for another gut to come off. And then after we take that meat off the bear, we'll be able to put another set on and finish getting the rest of the stuff off the bear. Enough fuel in that fire? No. So remember to keep putting fuel in the fire. There we go. That's all the guts off the bear. And we can do a little bit of mapping while we're here. A couple limbs about.
About now.
And we're running a little low on calories. We need calories for something. We'll eat our chocolate bar here. That'll probably tide me over long enough if I can get back over to the venison we had from earlier. Do I want to spend the time cooking all this meat? I think the answer today is no.
Feels like a lot of gear.
So what I'm going to try to do is separate the piles a little bit more so I can tell the cooked pile from the not cooked pile a little easier. And I think I'm going to call that good as far as this cooking session goes. Okay, what does our carrying look like? Let's leave a couple liters of water behind so we're a little bit lighter for the walk. Yeah, it's still probably heavier than I want to be. But that's due to our character being so fatigued. And this is kind of unavoidable. So I'm going to have the character walk back to Trappers. We're going to leave the bear hide and the guts off at Trappers. And then from there, I'm going to walk over to the camp office and eat the venison that we left there earlier, and take, probably at that point, it'll be late enough that it'll be worth sleeping, so we'll go ahead and try to sleep through the game night to get our character's fatigue back. Because right now we're losing 1% condition an hour due to just exhaustion on our character. Right now I've got the torch out, so we can scare off any wolves that get attracted, because with 10 guts on us, like as you can see out of the corner of the screen right now, we're very attractive to wolves. Which is the other reason I'm basically going to the closest internal area to leave the guts behind. They're not necessarily all that light. They're making me really attractive to all the local wildlife. That's got meat-eating teeth on them. So we want to get the guts stored to start curing as quickly as possible, just to lower the risk of having to walk around with it.
I could eat anything right now.
May have him drink a birch bark tea. Just to delay the calorie, losing the well-fed bonus from the calorie loss. And drinking the birch bark tea should counteract the fatigue loss from him being tired. At least long enough for us to get to where we're planning on sleeping. So we got in here, drop big pile of guts, and then drop the bear hide. And we're gonna drink one of these teas. And we're gonna head out. Because obviously I need the character to eat a bit more before before he sleeps. Otherwise I'll lose well fed in the sleep. And my good food stockpile right now is over at the camp office. So we're over to the camp office is where we're heading. Because I have a torch, I'll probably take a slight shortcut on the way back that I don't frequently take when I don't have a torch, just to speed up the process of getting back to the camp office. When I don't have a torch, I'll usually hug the map border until we get back to the railroad track, and then follow along the railroad track to get back to the camp office. With a torch, I can take the sort of cut the corner there a bit. That'll get me back a little faster, but increase the likelihood we run into wolves.
Food.
might need to eat or drink something to not lose the well-fed bonus here, which I probably will very happily do. If anything, when it comes to the calories right now, I'm even less worried about taking. I'm more willing to take condition damage from not having the food than I am losing the 5 kilograms of carrying capacity, because I'm more invested in the carrying capacity than I am in the health. To be fair with what my character is carrying right now, without that carrying capacity, the movement would probably be glacial. So, like, it's not trivial right now. Because of all the fatigue, we've got a carrying capacity at 25 kilograms. And we're sitting between 35 and 40, so that's why we're probably slow in going through calories as fast as we are. Yeah, I'm probably going to drink something. Yeah, we'll drink Reishi tea. If we end up getting parasites, I might regret that, but for the moment, that looks fine. We only have a 1% chance of parasites right now, so... if you've seen in the earlier episodes, so normally I go that route, straight up the railroad tracks. On the way out here, we went over that hill to avoid the wolf that I suppose is still there, actually, so probably a good thing I'm taking the shortcut, because I would have had to go past the wolf anyway. The shortcut I'm going to go is the shortest way to actually go here is sort of go straight this way. Sort of, you can weave a little bit to go around the hills and stay in the valley. Makes the traveling time a little... Well, it doesn't necessarily... Well, it makes you have to spend a little bit less calories going up and down the slopes. Because going up slopes does cost extra calories. And sometimes there can be wolves in this area, which is why I usually take the long way around, because usually it's better for avoiding the wolves. So apparently today, the wolves are where I usually take the detour, and not in the place I'm taking the detour from. Though in this case it's one wolf, so... Saying wolves. On Stalker there's usually more wolves than there is on Interloper. Remembering that while I am trying to take the short route to get there to avoid having to drink as many teas as I can, I should still probably be picking up sticks along the way. Because after this long rest, we'll probably go out hunting again. I may try to go for some deer hunting instead, just so we don't completely deplete the food we can eat without risking parasites, instead of doing a second bear right away. But yeah, we're mostly hunting to get the stuff we can craft, and less so for the food. The food is not a bad side project as well. Here's my pile of meat. Which, as you can see, is gonna... It's a decently large pile of meat, but it's not necessarily gonna last all that long if we start really needing to chew into it. You can see a little bit of easy to gather fuel given the weather, so I'm going to gather the fuel quickly before we go to sleep. Taking advantage of the good weather while we have it. When the sun shines, make use of the sun. Plus, the main reason I'm coming over here was I needed the food to sleep, not that I needed the sleep for healing. So I'm not worried about taking condition damage due to fatigue loss. More interested in trying to be in a position where I can safely take the long sleep when I need to. It's probably not warm enough to harvest that. That'd take like an hour or so. Okay, let's... This is also decent weather to do a little bit of charcoal mapping, so let's do the charcoal mapping. Local area. So the grand plan of this sort of run is to actually basically map all the zones. So you can see we're starting to map them, but it'll be a while before we get them all mapped. Now, what I'm plausibly worried will happen, but I'm hoping it won't happen, is that we go to sleep, and we wake up, and it's a blizzard. That's probably the worst thing that can happen right now. Early morning blizzard would be the worst. Okay, listen, for how early it is in the morning, this is not bad weather. This is a little trick you can take advantage of when you're eating food that would dehydrate you, is if you are dehydrated from something else, like sleeping 10 hours, and you eat the food first, it can't dehydrate you more than dehydrated. So effectively you can save a little bit on water if you go eat your food before you drink your water. I'm thinking it's probably warm enough that I can make the trip over to the trailers outside the camp office, which will be a good staging ground for some deer hunting in what will probably be the next episode. So this episode will probably end when I make it to the trailers outside the dam. But that'll be a couple minutes in the future, because we got a little bit of a trip ahead of us. Once again, just to avoid the wolves, because I don't have a torch out, we're going to take the ridgeline path. Which, because we're not overweight and we've got crampons, we should be able to very safely travel without taking any sprains as we travel. And there are parts of this trip that you're definitely supposed to be able to get up to, so it's not like this is a real exploit. I think this is less exploity than coming down from the summit without using the ropes. But yeah, there's definitely lots of switchback places where you can sneak up here. But I think a plan to be allowing you to get up here. Even if they didn't intend for you to walk the entire length, like I do. I'm gonna stick, which is good. We're gonna want to gather lots of fuel for when we actually start cooking again. How much fuel do we have? 5 coal, 32 sticks. Okay, so we've got enough to easily do a deer or two, or one big bear.
My fingers feel numb.
Based on the fuel situation, or based on the food situation, we probably want to do a deer rather than a bear next.
Goddamn freezing.
Oop, we took a sprained wrist. Okay, that's fine. That's not really going to be a setback. We probably wanted to spend an hour or two warming up in the cabins, in the trailer cabins anyway. And that'll take the sprained wrist off. Because at the moment, you'll notice if I smash the 2 button, that nothing's happening. That's because the next weapon to select is the bow. And I have a sprained wrist, so I can't use the bow right now. So we can't hunt until I get rid of that sprain. And we'll probably end the session with getting rid of that sprain. I'll just take the 2-hour rest in the cabin. And then I'll probably just, that'll be where we take the break. Take the episode break is right after that 2-hour rest. And then next time we'll go into the canyon and we'll do some deer hunting, assuming the weather is still good. Take that rest. And we get confirmation did the sprain go away. Sprain went away. And we had, well, I think that was this episode? This episode, or maybe it was last episode, we had the intestinal parasite, or we had the intestinal parasite risk of 1% from eating 1 piece of bear meat. It appears we did not get those intestinal parasites, so we did not roll a 1 on our D100 roll. Okay, well this is where this part's going to end on YouTube. There'll probably be another part up tomorrow at 6 p.m. your time. Well, my time is when it will go up if you're watching this on YouTube. But yeah, okay. Catch you all guys later.